Hey guys, I just got back from my Wednesday night local. I ended up getting top 4 with my Adventure Spright deck. I was away for a little bit from playing due to catching a cold, so that's why my channel hasn't been updated as much recently. But I am back at it again. So let's just quickly go over the list that I played. It was 3 Ash, 1 Illegal Knight, 2 Fenrir, 1 Melfi Cat, 1 Melfi Penny, 2 Nibs, 2 Anglers, 3 Beaver, 3 Spright Blue, 1 Carrot, 1 Jet, or 3 Jet, I'm sorry, 1 Red, 1 Griffin Rider, 3 Water, 1 Dracoback, 1 Faithful Adventure, 1 Foolish, 2 Rights, 3 Starter, 1 Talents, 1 Thrust, 3 Imperm, 1 Double Cross. For the sideboard, we have 1 Chaos Hunter, 3 Drolls. That should not be Nib, that should be something else. Pointer shouldn't be in here either. I definitely did not double check this. What are we missing from the sideboard here? Eradicator, oh, it was, there we go. Sorry about that. For the sideboard, it was 1 Chaos Hunter, 3 Droll, 1 Red Resonator, 1 Thunder King, 1 Smashers, triple Eradicator, triple Evenly, double Enemy Controller. For the extra deck, we were playing 1 the Melfi Synchro, 2 Zeus, 2 Gigantic, 1 Melfi of the Forest, 1 Mannequin Cat, 1 Mosquito, 1 Oni Barmaru, 1 IP, 1 Cerebus, 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, and double Sprint. Okay, my round 1, I played against Virtual World. He bricked, and game 2 I just nibbed him. Round 2 I played against Flunder. I misplayed pretty badly game 1, even after having a full board set up. So I ended up losing game 1, and I got very lucky winning games 2 and 3 because he bricked. Shout out to my boy Alex. Flounder best deck still though. Round 3, I played against. What did I play against round 3? Round 3, I played against Swords. No, I didn't. I played against Sword Soul round 4. Round 3, I played against Branded. And my round 5, I lost to Branded. My opponent just was was playing the Bishop Branded deck, mainboarding crossouts, and he drew his crossout targets. Unfortunately, I did get 4th place though, even though I lost out in the last round just due to bad tiebreakers. Unfortunate. My thoughts on the deck though. I still really like this build for the deck. I know the pure Spright build is the more popular version right now with Gamma in the main board. I did kind of figure out a way to fit Gamba in this deck. I might try that version. I really pushed to at least get like 2 nibs in the main board though. The difficult part with this deck is sideboarding with this deck specifically is very difficult. At like any given time, you only really have like 3 to 5 cards you can side in and out going first or second against any matchup. So like your slots definitely matter. 2, I was at 3 Fenrir. I cut it down to 2. I think I'm okay with this card having at 2. It's just like this card, just having this card in my deck and as an option. The goal of this deck, your opponent has to waste cards and just has to waste cards in order to deal with like your cards. So right by itself, your opponent has to like waste like all their cards just to deal with your adventure package alone. You summon Fenrir, your opponent loses every their brain because do they have to Veiler? Do they have to like take it? Especially if like Fenrir game 1 is your first action of the game, your opponent's like, what do I do? I just don't know what to do. But Illegal Knight is actually low key very strong this format. Just the ability to bounce stuff during the opponent's turn has come up a lot. The Melfi package is okay in this deck. It's not crazy. I would have played Arclight in the extra deck. I just couldn't find one in time for the tournament. I probably would have cut Zeus, to be honest, to fit Arclight in too. But this Synchro is fine. I know a lot of people don't like it, but the issues like specifically with the Melfi package, there's a lot of situations where both this synchro and arclight come up in different scenarios. And I was definitely in a scenario today where I would have preferred having arclight, but it was still fine. But this engine is just okay. I don't think this engine is necessary. Like it's like a nice to have, but if you need space, it's definitely cuttable. Alternatives for this package is definitely the Swap Frog. The only thing I'm not crazy with the Swap Frog package is your ending board gets very awkward because you have to have reproductions in the extra monster zone in order to do the Toad play. So I mean, this is just pretty standard at this point. I think the hand traps are pretty standard. 3 Ash, 2 Niv, 3 Imperm. I've been trying the 1-on-1 on thrust and talents. I think I'm gonna cut the thrust. I'm either gonna cut thrust I think I'm just gonna cut thrust for a second talents. Like in theory, the thrust was supposed to like grab talents going second or something. It's honestly, I just prefer having talents in my hand right now in this format. Just because like everyone's like has like 9 to 12 hand traps in their deck now, so it's just like this card is a lot more live. Since I'm not playing Gamma though, I know the Prosperity build's a little bit better in that regard. I've considered playing Prosperity in the deck as well because what's like kind of like a feels bad thing is going second is I side out the Melfi package quite a bit. So like, but because I side out the Melfi package going second, I basically have like I'm playing with a 13 card extra deck. So it's like there's an argument for me to have Prosperity in this deck, but like Talents is just like doing so much work for me in this build. I'm not mainboarding Smashers because I was trying the deck without Smashers in the main board today, and honestly, I didn't miss it. I do think you kind of need to at least sideboard it still for going second against certain matchups, but like your adventure package kind of does what Smashers does already with Draco back, so you don't necessarily need it. Double Cross is just a broken trap card. It's Snatch, Steal, or Reborn, so it's just like there's no reason I always search this card off a jet like at least 80-90% of the time. It's just like a no-brainer. Rest of the main board, I think the extra deck is self-explanatory. Sideboard, Chaos Hunter, I don't have a lot of Naturia Runic in my local, but I am considering bumping up this to 3. Because I don't know if I feel like I need this card for the Brandon matchup. But it actually does come up versus Branded. Kashtira obviously comes up for that matchup too. But I might bump this card up to 3. I felt 1 was fine though, just because for Mannequin Cat. Thunder King. So the local the Wednesday night locals I go to, there's usually not a lot of people playing Spright. So, but if I go to like any other local, a lot of people usually play Spright. So I think Thunder King's pretty self-explanatory in that card. We all know what this card is. Droll. I don't know how I feel about this card right now. I just never draw it, so like I can never like truly formulate an opinion on this card. So I max out on Eradicator because Dark Ruler is like a standard sideboard card now. It's like people respect the Spright deck now, especially after the YCS. And this is like the only card that like globally hits a lot of problem cards when you're going, like when your opponent's choosing to go, when your opponent goes second. Most of their cards that your opponent's siding in are usually increases their spell count. So I feel like this card is just like too strong not to play. The only other go first card I'd consider playing is Solemn Judgment, just because that Solemn Judgment deals with both Evenly and Dark Ruler. But like if you can flip Eradicator, and if you already have Griffin Rider or Carrot out, Evenly shouldn't matter. So like Eradicator like basically guarantees that you should have the game. This is also just an auto win against anyone playing any version of Runic. Like I don't want to lose to that matchup. So like this card, I feel this card's a no-brainer for the most part. Evenly is a card I think I'm about to cut, to be perfectly honest. A lot of people are playing around it. a lot of people just like it. Just like I'm tired of just like wasting my battle phase. Like my deck can do so much already. I don't actually need evenly. I'm probably gonna cut this card. It's just not. It's just not doing what it needs to do anymore. And then enemy controller it's been a card I've been wanting to try out. I did like it today. Um, I do play it. I did want to play it specifically for this local because there is a hero player at my local that definitely dedicates his deck to the Dark Angel lock. So this is a card that's nice to deal with that at least a little bit. But I think going forward, I think I'm gonna have a little bit more of a sideboard for branded, and the evenlies I think I'm gonna cut for probably like Cosmic Cyclones. But let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you like the content or the channel. And just going to sign off for now. See y'all. Take care.